everyone, welcome back to another What's for Dinner video, or welcome if you are new. My name is Veronica, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some meals that we've had this past week. We also tried a couple of new recipes that we absolutely loved, and I wanted to share it with you all. But anyway, let's get to cooking. This night for supper, I fixed Olive Garden's Zuppa Toscana soup. I started off by browning 1 pound of Italian ground sausage. I'm using the mild. The next time that I make this, I will probably use the spicy. This was my first time trying this recipe, and I was kind of afraid of using the spicy sausage just because I don't like a lot of spicy food. But I think the spicy would have brought out a little bit more flavor. Don't get me wrong, this way was still absolutely delicious, and it really did taste a lot like Olive Garden's, but I think the spicy would have made it just like Olive Garden's. While my Italian sausage was continuing to cook, I went ahead and diced up a half of an onion, and I also cut up 5 small yellow potatoes into 1-inch pieces. Whenever my Italian sausage was brown, I used a slotted spoon and I just transferred the sausage from my Dutch oven to a plate, and I just set that aside. And in my Dutch oven that I had just cooked the Italian ground sausage, I added in 4 tablespoons of butter, and I also added in the onion that I had just diced up, and I turned my stovetop on medium heat, and I just cooked that until the onion turned translucent. We ate the leftovers of this soup the next day, and it was so good. I don't know why a lot of things are better the next day. I guess where it sits in the refrigerator overnight and then all of the flavors just really combined, but it was super good. So if you do decide to make this and you want to make it ahead of time, it will be absolutely delicious whenever you decide to eat it, if it's later that day or if it's the next day. Whenever my onion was finished cooking and turned translucent, I then added in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and I cooked it for another minute just until it became fragrant. I then added in a 48-ounce container of reduced sodium chicken broth. Let me know in the comments below if you have ever tried Olive Garden's Zuppa Toscana soup. My husband absolutely loves it. He gets it every single time that we go to Olive Garden, and sometimes he will even order an extra bowl of it just to bring it home so he can eat it later. After I added all of my chicken broth, I then added in 2 cups of water. I then added in all of my yellow potatoes. I then added in just a little bit of salt and some pepper, and I stirred that up really well. I then placed my lid back on my Dutch oven, and I brought all of that to a boil, and I boiled it for about 7 minutes just until my potatoes became tender. Whenever my potatoes was tender, I then turned the heat off and then I added in 4 cups of chopped kale. And then I just stirred all of that up really well. I then added in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I use the Country Crock Plant Cream. It's a heavy whipping cream alternative. It's super good, it's dairy free, and I wanted to use this where I am lactose intolerant. I then stirred that up really well, and then I added my Italian sausage back into that, and I stirred that up really well until it was well combined. After everything was well combined, it was ready to eat, and so I grabbed me a bowl and put me some in there, and here is my bowl. And like I said, this was absolutely delicious and my whole family enjoyed it. This night for supper, I fixed crock-pot cracked chicken. This was my first time making this and it turned out wonderful. The first thing that I done was line my crock-pot with a crock-pot liner, and I sprayed that with some non-stick spray. I then added 2 pounds of thinly sliced boneless chicken breast to the bottom of my crock-pot. I then poured a half a cup of chicken broth over top of the chicken breast. And then I sprinkled 1 pack of ranch seasoning mix over top of that. This was super simple to make. I've made cracked chicken in the oven before and it was delicious, and so I seen this and I wanted to try it, and I'm so glad that I did because it gave us a new dinner idea. And you'll see at the end of this, we put this on our sandwiches and oh my gosh, it was so good. I then added the lid to my crock pot and I cooked it on low for 4 hours. Whenever there was about 30 minutes left on my crock pot, I set out a block of cream cheese, and that way it could soften to room temperature. I also cooked a half a pound of bacon, and I also chopped up some green onion. Whenever my bacon was done cooking, I removed it from my pan and I chopped the bacon up as well. I then cut my cream cheese into cubes, which I should have done before it became room temperature because it was a lot harder whenever it was soft, but you live and you learn. Next time I will know to cube up the cream cheese before it becomes soft. After 4 hours of cooking on low, my chicken was completely done cooking, so I took my meat chopper and just shredded up the chicken. If you don't have a meat chopper, you can use 2 forks to shred up the chicken. Whenever my chicken was shredded, I then added the softened cream cheese and I stirred that until it was creamy and the cream cheese was melted. Whenever I got all of the cream cheese stirred up, I then added about 1 cup of shredded cheese. And then I added half of the bacon that I had cooked and chopped up. And then I added half of the green onion that I had chopped up as well. And I stirred all of those ingredients together until they were well combined. Whenever I had all of those ingredients well combined, I then topped the cracked chicken with the remaining cheese and bacon. After I added the cheese and the bacon, I then placed my lid back on my crock pot and I cooked it for another 10 minutes, just long enough for that cheese to melt. After the cheese had melted, I then removed the lid from my crock pot and I added the remaining of my green onion. And it was ready to eat, and so we took some market side brioche buns and added that to the brioche bun, and I also heated up some Members Mark barbecue baked beans with beef brisket to have as a side, and here's my plate. And like I said, this was absolutely delicious. We all loved it. This night for supper, we had hot dogs, and I fixed them on my Ninja Foodi Smart Grill XL. The way that I do that is turn the grill part on high, and I set my timer for 4 minutes, and whenever my Ninja is preheated, it will tell me to add the food. And then I just add my hot dogs onto the grill grate, and I close the lid and I cook them for 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, I just flip the hot dogs over and I cook them for another 2 minutes, and then the hot dogs are done. I absolutely love my Ninja Foodie Smart Grill. I am not sponsored in any way, but I love having an indoor grill, especially whenever it's cold or raining outside and we want hot dogs or hamburgers, and I can fix them inside and they taste just like they were cooked on an outside grill. And after 4 minutes, my hot dogs were done, so I removed them from the grill, and look how good they look. And for my side, I just had some Ruffled potato chips with some rich dip. This night for supper, I fixed our favorite frozen pizza. It's the Motor City Pizza, and I fixed 2 pepperoni pizzas and one of the 5 cheese bread, and they are absolutely delicious. All I do is preheat my oven to 425 degrees, and then I put them all in the oven for about 21 minutes, and then I take them out, use my pizza cutter, cut them up, and here is my plate. That's it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.